Good evening,
Hello, first of all,
everyone.
good morning to one and all present here. Today's topic is going to be about remote learning, and myself also, Sumit, I'm going to be talk about the positive side of the remote learning. First of all, this we need to have some summary explanations on the topic remote learning. Remote learning is nothing but it's a learning which is going to be happen through online platforms and other resources like Google Meet and other stuff. The overall point is the communication is going to be happen in an online form. That's going to be summary of remote learning. When we come into a positive side of remote learning, there are many positives, many more points. Positive points are there in this remote learning. First of all, the main positive point is reducing the expenses on traveling. Because just for an example, we are going to have a conference with some of the foreign clients or foreign organization managers. When we used to attend it through a remote learning, like remote learning, that will help us to reduce the expenses as well as when it's coming into a like workshop to be given to the students to learn something new when higher officials or foreigners are going to take the session means the students can't able to travel a long distance. In that point of view, we can able to use this remote learning in a useful way.
Now, I'm Pravina. So, I would like to tell about what is e-learning. So, I think e-learning is also known as online learning or e-learning. The process of acquiring knowledge and, and skill through digital platforms without being a physical presence in traditional classroom. So now I would like to talk about the disadvantages of remote learning. So my point is what the disadvantages of remote learning is. I think the limited interaction to the people or students or whatever which are used to remote learning persons. So limited instructions to make the students or persons to face the lack of face-to-face interaction, which is essential for social skills development and emotional intelligence. Because the many students when we have a traditional learning like in a classroom in that place and all. We used to saw about the face-to-face interactions to the people or students in the remote learning of students or persons, it will less the emotional intelligence. If don't in our remote learning, we don't know about if the people can cut the microphones or switch off the camera. Uh, in that and all, we never face the students in the live. So it face the limited instruction and technical issues in maybe. So some people have the connectivity problems and poor internet and poor and technical glitches. So it can be less of the conversation to the people, like learning experience that are so. Thank you.
And I want to add some point. As Pravina said that having face-on-face interactions, many more things can be learned easily, and some like conversation will be built in a confidence way. We can have a good communication in between the teachers and the students. We can find who is lazy and who is having struggles on their learning. I want to just give a point on Pravina that though we are going into a future, we are getting updated in each and every domain. And as of this issues, they are working on these issues to make the interactions between the teachers and the students to be even more better. I think so. It's going to be implemented in future. And the positive thing of remote learning is we used to share some PPTs. Okay, so when coming to that
Um,
perspective,
Also, I'm sorry. I don't know whether it's just for me. Your voice is breaking.
is it okay now, sir?
Actually, not for me, sir.
Yeah.
It's
When it's going to come into a positive point of remote learning, we used to share some PPTs, and we used to share some, like, in PPTs and all, we can able to clearly explain the students how a topic is going to be in depth. For example, if you are going to be discussing some topic in physics or some Newton law, so when it coming to that, when we're going to have a PPT or video which is going to be played in the remote learning, the students can easily understand what the concept is behind that. In that perspective, this remote learning is more and more useful for learning.
But remote learning requires more self discipline and motivation, because remote learning in this modern world, remote learning is good, but students need to be self disciplined, like they have to manage their time effectively, and procrastination may occur. They'll be like, we'll see the videos later, we'll study later. Their mindset will be, uh, they will be like, it is always on the mobile phone, we can see anytime anywhere we want. It will lead to procrastination, and there is no physical, there is no teacher there to track them whether they are completing the notes regularly. So it is a negative side of remote learning.
So I would like to add a point with Sukanti. As Alsamat said, the PPT procedure. So in that procedure and all, for the students, not for all the persons and all the sectors. In sorry, in companies and all, they used to PPT presentation. That's all fine. But in student sectors, in 20 minutes, they have in 20 minutes they can't see many more PPT slides. They have it will be saturated actually. Uh, so PPT presentations, it's maximum 20 minutes. I think so maximum 20 minutes. It's not more than an hour. It will not be so interactive to the students actually.
One more point.
I would
Also, much
also
said
like
in physics we can send them PPT, but in chemistry, what will you do? Some subjects are need to be practical. Then only students will understand clearly, and they will understand conceptually. However, you send many videos in online classes also, they will lack in knowledge.
In
In some
in
subjects.
I would also like one point. In remote learning, many students are in our nowadays many students are addicted to social media. So if students studying in mobile phones or some internet connection, a notification will come up. So many of the students will get distracted easily by mobile phones or TV, or some relatives came home. I like that. And no classroom interaction. That is more important to if the students to uh, get good marks in exams. If not classroom interaction is there. That is the main point I feel.
I had a point, which is in traditional way, that in traditional way, in the real time classes, when the students is lethargic or lazy, the teacher will find out the students. The teacher will find the students and give punishment or give some activity to the lazy students. In remote learning, we never chance to give a students to punish them or give the physical activities to the students. So remote learning, it's a 50% of disadvantages and advantages.
As all said, I don't know that overall said, because all are giving many more points, which is going to be like a debate for me. I'm going to recollect the points. The positive points in the remote learning, and some points have been said by Suganti, Pravina, and Pooja, and that's to a good point. But when it coming to a government schools, like it's going to be a rural places, where there is no uh, proper learning of students in government schools and all, the teachers will somehow lethargical, and they will not like present, or they will not teach the students in an effective way. So in that point of view, someone can take initiative and make them to be connected in a remote learning, so that they can learn effectively. And we have seen many examples on this, as in today's life itself, day-to-day lives, we have seen many things. Okay, in like the talks which is going to be happen by great leaders, and as well as in GHF itself, we have been conducted some Jivan Jatra, like that's going to be in remote itself, and we are going to connect more and more rural members. That too is also an example of remote learning.
You are right, also not that I accept for that. But if the person, if the student are ready to pay um, money to get remote learning, why they are studying in government schools?
While you are focusing on that, the remote learning only is going to be on money. It can also be a service.
We need internet connection.
Like I'm said, no, someone takes initiatives to make them to be connected in
But
remote.
not for all. Like,
I just want to say an example. For example, I'm staying in a rural place where there is no proper education in a government school. I will take initiative on providing the internet. So we are talking about that remote learning. So when it come to a rural remote, the positive side of the remote learning, that will also be in a in a positive way, how I mentioned.
I agree to the point. But my point is, for this is not for all the student. I think that is right.
My question is, Alsamat said I will take initiative for government school students. They are having a chance to interact in person, and they will connect physically in government schools. They have the opportunities. Remote learning is for those who are unable to go in person directly to the institutions. That's why remote learning is introduced. Uh, since nowadays government school is also private schools also having, then why you are telling that you will take that initiative? Anybody is there?
Yes, so could be. So I have a good point. In remote learning, I had a point in remote learning. The students have money, or government school or government aided school, private school.
Pravina, sorry, I'm unable to hear
Also
you, Pravina.
fine. In remote learning,
Pravina, we are unable to hear you at all.
the
So there is a weak
students have
signal, I think.
to pay the fee or something. They have to learn it in remote learning. But comes to the physical education, the student does not have that facilities to for their health or mental health.
Okay, guys, last 1 minute.
Some
E-learning is a totally incubate the activity of the student, and not only here, because we need a mentality to understand the e-learning platform, whatever any platform, online platform we want that mentality to get understand from the any platform. So it will be not worthable for the government student or till 20. See, if anywhere problem means we are all going to see the YouTube on this. Even though we can't able to focus on that, then we can't able to learn from the platform. So it will be not so it incubate the it prevent the social interaction also. Then we, if any front of anyone we are all talking, we need some eye contact, we need some body, such a body obedient, like a discipline, like the what manner we are all talking. We need everything from the we are all learn from the each and one person. See, if Alzheimer's is talking, if the Alzheimer's is telling the some things, I want to get the what the language he is telling, what the way of he is speaking, what the way what the how the he is telling everything, we should note it from the Alzheimer, how he is telling, how he sees everything. So from the from e platform we can't get it everything from that. So it will prevent the social interaction also. They can't get the good how the person should talk the front of society, or how the person talk to some higher authority people. They can't get it.
Excuse
I
me, sir.
also
Now I'm audible.
Yes, Pravina.
Hello,
yes, Pravina, you are audible.
sir. I can't hear anyone voice. Now I'm audible.
Yes, Pravina, you are audible.
Sir, I can't able to hear anyone voice here.
Sorry, Pravina, some issue with you. I think we are able to hear you. And
Now,
guys, it's all okay. It's
now,
already yeah. So that's fine. We only have 3 minutes for me to give feedback. So let's end the conversation here. So again, it's good to see that. I mean, all of you are trying to speak, which is very good. So, I mean, to start with, Al Samad, yeah, I mean, so finally we have a new leader, so which is good. I know Al Samad has been eagerly waiting to start. So good start, Al Samad, and especially the points that you had, it was good, and especially some of them stood out where when you started explaining about the issues with the government school and things like that, it's really nice. And the one thing that stood out for me was the example that you gave on the GHF, and that's yeah, very good. Keep up the good work. And coming to Pravina, I know she she also wanted to start, but Alsamat took it this time. But Pravina, I think off late you have been having issues with connectivity, so maybe you have to find a way to get rid of this, because so maybe for just 30 minutes you may have to be there in a place where you have a proper signal. So it's keeping on happening, right? And problem is this is fine. This is a friendly conversation that we're having here, but when especially when you are attending an interview or things like that, you have to be very very mindful about these signals. Because I mean it adds to the negative aspects of the interview, right? So but I still had valid points whenever you spoke, especially the comparison that you gave between the traditional way versus remote way. It was good.
yes, sir.
And coming to
So, yes, sir. This is a disadvantage of remote learning, sir. Connectivity.
see, yes, I was
Sir, I
wishing
want to
someone's bring that.
I want to put a complaint here, sir. And the overall debate is like 1 versus 3, sir. My teammates gone in
Yeah,
between the session. I don't know what to do. Like I'm thinking that I want to tell my points, or I want to answer some of the questions. They are giving a valid questions, but I don't know how to answer on them. And later on, Gunasilan joined. I think so. He forgotten that which team is going, which team he was, and he is also
yes.
complaining that remote. I thought that might
Yeah,
be
yeah.
when
Yeah,
I came
sorry,
finally, but
sorry, Azamath, I don't know what topic is going on. Last only I get it. What the topic is going on, what the matter is they are talking about that. That's why I
See,
don't know.
see,
It's
that's where that's where timing matters. So you should join the session on time in order to be in the correct, right. Maybe Harni, if possible, right, starting next session, would you be able to just text in the group, just in the Zoom chat, right, on what the topic that we're discussing, right? Even though if I am conducting, it would be nice if we can just send the topic, at least for folks who join late, they can see that.
sorry for
Um,
inconvenience. I
yeah,
joined it early only, but my network is not good. That's why I got lost only. I get it know what is going on that. That's why I joined.
got it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and where were I? Okay, I was talking about Pravina, I think. Yeah, Pravina. Yeah, that's good. So just make sure that you have proper signal. That's one thing. And then Sukanti. I'm really surprised, I shouldn't say surprised. I'm so happy to see that new words are being used. So I don't know how many of you know about procrastination, and she used that to explain her points. I mean, it was very good. So I mean, good. Keep up that good work, and especially it will be really nice to see bringing new words, right? Because that actually levels your speech up. So very good. And then there was one more point that you were mentioning about subject level separation. Yeah, that's also good. I had an answer to that. I'll come back to it. And Puja, yeah, I mean, now you are coming out of your comfort zone, which is good. You are trying to speak, you are trying to answer, and you are trying to post questions, which is good. But I'm expecting you to speak more. Okay. But that's a good start overall, right? And especially the way how you are answering Al Samad. I really felt bad for Al Samad because he didn't have any supporters. He was the only. It's like 1 versus 3. He had to answer, right? But it was really nice to see those conversations going. And Gunasilan, yeah, even though you joined at the end and you still try to provide some answers. See, but the problem is, right, when I mentioned that we are in the last 5 minutes, or last 1 minute, I think Gunasilan didn't hear that maybe. So at that time, when you started speaking, I was thinking that maybe you are trying to conclude the speech, but you again added few points. That's fine. We can take that as a learning. But going forward, right, keep in mind about last 5 minutes, right? So at exactly at 8:55, we'll start the feedback. So when you are nearing that, one of you should try to conclude. And once somebody concludes, that's it. The speech ends there. Okay. But overall, I'm happy with the progress, guys. So keep up the good work. And this is looks like this is an interesting topic, right? We had a lot of points, so let's do this, okay? So Alsamath, when we meet next time, you speak for the topic, okay? And I want Pooja to support you. So Pooja and Alsamath will be speaking for the topic. So Pravina, Sukanti, and Gunasilan will be talking against the topic. Okay, and if you have any more additional folks, then they will support Alsamath and Pooja. And one more thing that I wanted to communicate is let's stick to the same topic. And next week, let's skip the class because I'll be traveling. And the following week, for now, we can stick to the same timing. And I will let you know if we can meet earlier because I'm actually planning to travel to India, so I may be there. So in that case, we can even meet early if we have some other time to work out. I think that's pretty much I had. But thanks, Harini, for coordinating, and we'll meet the following week. Okay. Any questions before we wind up?
I have a question, sir. The topic is
Yeah.
like the positive side of remote learning and the negative side of remote learning. How to answer the questions? For example, they are questioning me that why these things are negative in this area. But I think so. These things need to be recovered by the government. Just we need to give some points, or we need to question the opponent, sir. I am confused
No,
on
no,
that.
no. Yeah. So in for certain, see, that's where, right, debate is really interesting. There will be some valid questions raised. Okay, but that's where we have to, instead of answering it in a direct way, we should just answer it in a different way, in a general, like a generic answer, right? Even though that's the responsibility of the government, we can try whatever we can from our side to make it active. So something like that. So there will be connectivity issues. So yeah, Pravina was mentioning, yeah, there will be connectivity issues. But for that, the answer is, yeah, of course, we are in India, which is, I mean, we are getting into the state of the developed country, right? We are still developing. So from an infrastructure standpoint, there will always be issues. But that's where, if you want to learn, you should be able to do whatever is possible. And from that perspective, it's on that particular individual to identify a place or a way to get the Wi-Fi connection. See, again, I think Pooja, somebody mentioned, without money you cannot get internet, but that's not true. If you think about it, right, these days, at least in major cities, you get internet for free in certain public spaces, or even libraries in certain aspects, right? So that's where we have to research on those kind of areas from where we can get the internet. And if you really think about it, yeah, that's where you have to do some extra efforts in order for you to pay for your cell phone net. Because without, see, we are in the phase where we cannot live without cell phone, right? If somebody is saying that they don't have money to buy a cell phone, that's not true in this current world, right or wrong. And especially from an internet standpoint, I'm not sure whether you guys know about it. I know in India, the data plan that you guys get is not even comparable to what we get here in the US. So for me, just take me as an example, right? um, uh, Monthly I pay more than you, right? Because of the dollar rate and things like that. So I'm easily paying close to 4,000 Indian rupees easily. Okay, so for that I'm getting only 2 GB data plan for the entire month. Think about it. And you guys are getting 1 GB free every day, right? Depending upon the plan that you get. So in the past, I agree, but in the current world, in the current India especially, from a multimedia standpoint, we are always, India is already ahead of so many other countries, even most of the developed countries. And it's because of the competition we have, it is cheap. So again, just to answer your question, right, Al-Samad, so we may have to bring in those kind of answers to those kind of questions. There is no straight way to answer, but we have to be politically correct. That's it.
So noted, sir.
Hmm? Perfect. Cool then. Sorry guys, we took 9 minutes more than the time. I always try to stick to the timing, but I got a little bit delayed, so that's why I wanted Harini to start the call. But thank you all for joining. We'll meet on the following week. Okay, and the same topic, and it'll be interesting to see how the topic goes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye.